Hey there everybody, Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
This video is our trailer reaction to The Boys Season 2. That trailer is out there, you can check it out. We're going to piece together some of the most notable stuff that takes place throughout it. I mean, we love the first season of this show.
So good.
It is so weird, so crazy. Also, really just interesting social commentary on superheroes we don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, it's true.
And it feels like that's all going to be picked up to go to new heights in the second season. So we'll break everything down, but before we do, if you like this video, why not give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any other updates we've got coming your way. So I think let's just start here from the beginning, because at the start of this trailer, you have this long shot at Homelander, and he's got stuff all over his face.
Yeah, that looks like it's probably blood and gore, but it was kind of brown, so maybe mud. The thing that I mostly took away from it was that there's something happening that actually looks like it has shaken Homelander, and nothing does. Like, we saw him last season do all kinds of horrible, murderous things to people he even cares about. So the idea that we're going to see this shot of him where he actually looks like something horrible has happened to something he actually cares about is fascinating.
It sets the stage, I think, for some interesting developments with this character. I don't think he's going to suddenly become sympathetic by any means, but maybe someone has found a weakness to him, and that's been sort of the theme of it, is that he has no real weakness, and that's why he's able to just sort of lord over everyone. We don't really get a good sense, though, as to what the power structure is going to be at Vought now. You know, on the other side of losing, Madeline Stillwell, she's gone. Is Homelander just going to ascend to the top and nobody is going to want to challenge him?
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, we saw Giancarlo back, so he was above Madeline, so he may have to step in to take care of stuff at this point, because Madeline really was the person that was keeping Homelander under some kind of control, because nobody has any control over him.
Yeah, and I would love to have Giancarlo Esposito back more often as Mr. Edgar. I mean, he's always going to have a Gus Fring in my heart, but still, I think it's going to be fun if he gets to play a larger role. I mean, the fact that they show him in the trailer is promising that he's going to have at least a reasonably decent part. But, there's also in the trailer this shot of Ashley, who was basically, Madeline's number 2. Outside, just in the business capacity.
Yeah, and she was cast out in season 1, and it looks like when we're seeing her in the trailer, she's also covered in blood. Everybody's covered in blood, of course. But it looks like she's in a courtroom, so that kind of stuck with me, wondering, is she giving some sort of testimony? Is she going against Vought? Is she have no choice to go against them because she's been subpoenaed to something? Obviously, somebody's going to come in there and cause her not to talk, but it was very interesting to see her back. I thought she was gone. Yeah,
I didn't think we would be seeing her again, at least in a major capacity, mostly because I've seen this actress over on Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
They are apparently very clever with the scheduling on all these different sort of shows. I mean, Giancarlo is here, and he's got a million things happening all the time.
Yeah, he does. He's busy.
Well, the big cliffhanger at the end of season 1 was related to our old pal Homelander, or pal Homelander, because he's really I want nothing.
Your pal.
I don't know. I don't want anything to do with him. I will call him pal so he doesn't kill me. That's exactly where that would go.
Yeah, we don't need him showing up at the door.
No, he's already showing up at the door of Rebecca and his kid, which we do see his kid in the trailer.
Yeah, we saw Homelander standing with his kid. That is frightening. That is a problem. This is probably exactly why nobody told him that his kid was alive.
Yeah, there's often good mentoring programs for, kids out there, organizations. Can we just bring the kid to one of those and not have Homelander be the mentor? Because that's going to end badly.
Yeah, obviously, we saw in season 1 that Homelander was basically raised in a room by himself in a lab. He had no mom, he had no dad, he just had doctors, and he was isolated. And we saw what that turned into, a problem.
A lot of problems.
So now we have his kid who somebody's decided that he's going to be raised by Becca, so he's going to have a mom, he's going to have a proper home, he's going to have all the things that Homelander didn't have. And maybe they were hoping that he would turn out differently if he didn't have any influence from Homelander and he just had a good upbringing. That's all out the window now.
Yeah, and that's without even sort of thinking about what role Billy Butcher is going to have in everything now, because outside of, like, holding a gun and a lot of crazy action sequences with the rest of the boys.
And drinking a tea.
Yeah, like, we don't really get, like, that much more of Billy and his actual story arc in this trailer. It was a little bit more of just, hey, look at all the crazy stuff, guys.
Yeah, here's some blood, here's some gore, here's some more stuff that makes you uncomfortable. So, yeah, there was a lot of that going on, which is what we expect from the show. So,
I mean, I think it's probably clear based on this that Billy is going to be as gung-ho as he's always been when it comes to whatever his missions are.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious after that finale if his motivations were going to change now that he knows that Becca's alive. He knows that she has Homelander's son, and she's never contacted him. And is it then his perception was going to change? Clearly not, because we saw him on top of a car with a giant gun getting ready to shoot people, so...
Yeah, I mean, if I had to theorize here, my theory would probably be that, okay, I feel like he probably feels like Homelander is the reason why Rebecca's not with him, that, she has gone somewhere else. Maybe she was roped into it by Vought. We don't really know, but he's going to blame her. I mean, he's going to blame Homelander for her being away from him, and maybe that's going to now be his new source of anger. Yeah, she's alive, but you still took her from me.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any real answers at this point, which I assume we will get something in season 2, whether it's the truth or not. That's another question, because we don't know why Becca's been in hiding with her son or just whatever's been going on. Nobody knew. So is she going to be honest?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We really don't know anything about the person who she is right now, and it's been so many years since she was with Billy that I think everything is just sort of out there in the air. But let's move over to the superhero side of things here for a moment or two, because we get a few different interesting updates. I mean, first of all, it looks like A-Train is in the hospital.
He's in bad shape.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like he is dead. It looks like he's alive on some level, but, is he just going to be a breathing machine for the entirety of the season? Could he be in a coma? I feel like he will wake up at some point and they just don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, that's my feeling. I feel like A-Train's story is not over. I mean...
No.
And while we've lost some people of the 7, I'm hoping that they're not going to lose A-Train as well. He's a really interesting character.
Yeah, and I think most of the interesting characters in this group, even if there may not be a part of the 7 anymore... I mean, we see enough of the Deep in the trailer to know that, okay, the Deep is still a part of the show.
Yeah, and it looks like he's still kind of going down this weird path where he's drinking and he's not doing that well.
Yeah.
And, he has been cast aside out of the 7, so he's lost his fame, he's lost his popularity, he's lost kind of his job. They kind of relegate him to this, like, D-lister at this point is kind of what it feels like. So... maybe we're going to have a story with him where he's trying to build himself back up, get back up on top. We saw what happened with Popclaw. Maybe he's not able to, but we'll see. Yeah. There was that one shot of him where he was just kind of like standing like a superhero and there's water behind him. So maybe he's found a way by the end of this.
Well, maybe the Deep is going to get himself back out of the water. Yeah, you get it? Okay, all right.
All right.
Terrible. I have to have terrible jokes, people. It's a part of how we do things here. Okay, no, so, yeah, I think the Deep's going to be a part of things still on some level. We are both big fans of Black Noir.
There was a lot of him in this trailer. There actually felt like there might have been more of him in this trailer than there was in season 1.
It might very well be true. I mean, I know nothing about this character other than that he's incredibly dangerous and he's weird.
He's so strange.
But yeah, he's there. But Starlight's presence in the trailer is interesting on a couple of different levels. I mean, for starters, she's wearing the new costume, or at least, it's possible that it's like modified on some level. We don't see all of it, but there was such a big storyline about how she hated this costume in season 1, and yeah, she wore it a little bit in the finale, but it felt more like she was just in this sort of like weird dark place then.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she is. I don't know what she's feeling about it now, but it was interesting that she's wearing the new costume. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah, she's wearing the new costume, and it seemed like she was beyond popular at this point, that her star is rising.
Yeah.
That sort of feeling where there's lots of cameras going off and she's all kind of done up and smiling and actually looking like she's feeling good about where she is. So after everything that's happened, and maybe she's going to have a little bit of fame of like saving A-Train's life, or, that kind of storyline that Vought's going to throw out there, that her popularity just might be out of control at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think seeing where she's at in response to all of that, I think is going to be pretty interesting. But at least it does not seem as though she and Homelander are on the same page, because you get like a few seconds of what looks to be a pretty violent fight with the two of them in an elevator, or at least that's where it looks like it was.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too. And then we sort of saw Homelander at the end of the trailer walking out by himself.
Yeah.
So that was something that you had predicted or had hoped that we might see this season, or even in season 3 if there's a season 3, of the team kind of coming together, like the 7 coming together, not necessarily working with the boys, but that there might be 2 different groups of people now that are trying to deal with Homelander and his psychotic tendencies.
The thing that's probably the strangest to me about this trailer is that Huey, he's really the lead in a lot of ways of season 1. Like, I got nothing out of the trailer in terms of what his story is going to be in season 2.
Yeah, and by the end of season 1, I wasn't even really sure what his story was going to be anymore, because it feels like when he saved A-Train's life, or he went to save his life, that he was done with whatever rage he had against A-Train. He has seen A-Train's side of things. He's healed himself along with the help of Annie, that he's in a different spot now. And obviously he's still going to be with the boys. We saw him in the trailer. He's in the boat. He's with everybody. But I'm not sure what his motivation and what the story's going to be now going forward. Is it going to be Starlight is helping them now, sort of as an insider, even though she was called out for that when it wasn't happening in season 1. Is it now just going to be happening in season 2?
I feel like there's a good possibility, but I think it's also going to depend on how the boys sort of approach her now, because is Billy still going to be very anti-Starlight? I mean, I think that's going to be a big component in all of this.
Well, and I'm also wondering if a lot of this is going to get to her head. That whole scene with her on the red carpet in the new suit and the hair and the lights and the cameras, is this going to change her?
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty reasonable question as well, but this is the good thing I think about this trailer overall. It's not that long. It's really probably just only a little bit over a minute when you take out all the stuff at the end, that there's still enough in there, obviously, for us to talk for 13 minutes, but it's also, there's a lot of just interesting things to sort of pick through. All we know is that it's coming next year, so hopefully it's not going to be a horrendous wait.
Yeah, and that a lot of the people I was kind of worried about that wouldn't be back are coming back. Like, I was a little bit worried about the Deep, because they kind of left him as, like, he's just kind of out now.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit worried we weren't going to see him. He's so just weird that I really wanted to see him come back. I didn't know what was going to happen with A-Train. I was kind of wondering if we were going to get just a whole bunch of new superheroes moving into those spots. That's nice to see that some of the band is still going to be together.
Yes.
In some capacity.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have newcomers, but I think we're going to have a lot of established people and hopefully a really fun season to explore. But with that, what did you guys think about the season 2 trailer for The Boys? What do you want to see moving forward? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments, and if you did enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking that link in the description to the Carter Matt store. And we'll see you here next time.